Together we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. We will make America great again.
So this is Donald Trump, just a short little clip of him leaving out for the rally. Let's play that.
See you later.
See you later. People are screaming for him as he's leaving Trump Tower to even go to the rally. Again, this is the type of stuff that we'll never understand with Donald Trump. I mean, the guy's like got people just waiting outside of where he's sleeping that night just to see him, like just to like catch a glimpse of him. Like it really is quite interesting. But let's keep going. Let's move on to the next trip here. All right, this is the Bronx showing up for Trump, and I believe this is the one where like these people are like soaked because they've been standing in line. Let's play it. All right, so this was after the rain subsided and people started showing up in the line. Look, they're all wet, dude. All of them. AOC, did you hear that?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Pause it. What does it say? Trump, welcome to the Bronx. Robert from the Bronx.
What surprised me from seeing all these clips is the diversity of people that were there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you guys will see through all the clips that we're going through here, black, brown, white, yellow. I mean, there were so many different people from all kinds of cultures there. I wasn't expecting. I mean, I was expecting because he went to the Bronx that there'd be some people there, but it was almost like, you know, everybody was there.
Oh, you got your rednecks in there too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
The initial line is more redneck. Well, you know, I see, you know, good Hispanic turnout in this first initial line. But let's keep going.
A lot of Puerto Ricans.
Oh, hey, can you just tell?
You can tell by their accent. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Like when you go to Scotland or Ireland or England,
okay,
you know,
okay,
you could pick up on their accents.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Tony can say that, I can't. All right, so now it's starting to get a little bit more out of hand as Trump rallied. But before we even play it, to Tony's point, these are not all white people in this thing here.
Yeah.
Now, this is Gavin Wax, you know, so he is the president of the New York Young Republicans. You can kind of see the top of his face right there in the very front. But let's play this clip here. Let's watch this.
2, 3, go!
Yeah, black people, white people. There's Gavin. All right, but yeah, okay, so can we pause it just a little bit? So this was a couple hours before the thing. Let's go back to like kind of the crowd that you're seeing here. Like this is what I'm talking about. And this is what people forget, all right? And especially even these news anchors and all this other stuff. These people wait for hours and hours to go to these Trump rallies. Now, when I go, the Trump campaign is super nice, and they give me like the expedited go through the different way than everybody else kind of passes. I admittedly have never had to stand for 10, 12 hours just to get in. And then once you're in, it's another couple hours once you're in there.
Right.
And, you know, he talks last. And so, I mean, it is an all day event. And people seem to forget about that. Like I was at a national championship that Trump was coming to, and it delayed us like 3 hours getting into the event. And dude, I mean, and I was like, oh, this sucks. You know, this was before all, you know, the whatever happened to me and whatnot. But yeah. And so, you know, we've gotten so used to seeing this from Donald Trump that we forget about the real life stuff of these people are standing out there for 10, 12 hours before this even goes.
Yeah, but we went to the rally in South Carolina. Yeah. And it was same thing. People stood out there for hours just waiting to get in. But you know, nobody was complaining though. Everybody was just chatting, and you know, it was super hot. And his team was passing out water to making sure everybody was hydrated, and you know everybody was just
people are passing out, getting stuck with IVs. Like, I mean, especially in the summer, man.
Yep.
All right, but let's keep playing here. Let's go to this one. Look at this. Look at it. Dude, this is the Bronx again. By the way, this is the Bronx, New York, by the way. And this is like the rally, like entrance is way, way up there. Look at it. Dude, this is wild, bro. This is the Bronx. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. If you're voting for Trump in 2024, blow up the chat right now. If you'd love to see this, blow up the chat right in a second. Look at this. This is the stuff you can't fake. You can't hide this. If people don't show up, they don't show up. Like, you can't hide it. Yep. Wow, dude, that's crazy. And this is still hours and hours before the thing. There you go. To Tony's point right there. Hashtag you ain't black, Joe Biden. And there you go. Yeah, that's pretty funny, actually. Yeah, again, that right there could become an iconic photo that ends up in the history books one day. I mean, this, you know, no matter what happens in November, Donald Trump will never be forgotten for the rest of American history. Yep. And I mean, that's a pretty iconic shot right there, actually. I wonder who took that. Either way. All right, next, let's keep going. All right, here we go. Now, this is Republican Madeline Brom gasses up the crowd at I hate when people write stupid things. All right. You know, revs up the crowd would have been a more appropriate thing. But let's play it. Let's hear what they have to say in the Bronx, AOC's territory. Let's go.
Then we have the illegals flooding our borders, coming into our communities, sucking up the resources that we barely have. Why? Why should we allow this to happen? Every last person here needs to rise up and get fighting mad. Get fighting mad. And make sure that you are registered to vote and go out there and you vote up and down the line, not just the presidency. The local elections are more important than the presidency.
That's true. That's the truest thing I've heard in a while.
Vote her ass out. Get rid of Richie Torres. Vote his ass out.
You can hear the frustration in her voice.
To lose. So I can stand up here and I can say this. None of you here are paid to be here. She got on color TV this morning and said that Trump busted in these people and paid everyone out here. Who here got paid to be here today? Are you here because you know that this is the time in history?
Wow.
That you're in the right place at the right time, and you need to be here today.
You're here at the right time, and you need to be here.
If Trump wins, he should hire her to be his press secretary.
Dude,
man. She would be.
Dude, that is righteous, like anger in her voice there. Like you are here because you know that this is the right moment in history, and you are here at the right time. Like that's some powerful stuff.
Well,
man.
that frustration and the anger in her voice sounds like, you know, she's in the thick of it, of all the stuff that's happening in her area, all the illegals coming in, they're sucking all the resources out of their neighborhoods and whatnot, and you could just hear it in her voice that she is so fed up with it.
People are done, and I think that's what you're seeing is people are done. All right, next clip, let's go. This is, I think Donald Trump is going to be great for us again. Let's play this, a short clip. Let's go.
I think Donald Trump is going to be great for us again. You know, I felt he did a lot of remarkable things. He did overseas with like Japan and Russia. Everything that he did, he helped the economy. So I feel we need to elect him again and have him into the office.
Okay, again. You can't fake that accent. The office, you know, and all that other kind of stuff. Like, these are people from the Bronx.
And you know what I'm noticing too? A lot of people in the clips, you see a lot more people of color coming out than it was in 2022.
Yeah.
2020, I'm sorry.
The stereotype has been that people that look like me are Trump supporters, right? white tattooed racist, right? Like that's what they portray us to be. And so Trump supporters are white Christian nationalist terrorists. That's what they portray it to be. All right, next clip. Let's go. This is a good one here. All right, so let's just listen to what the residents of the Bronx have to say. Let's play this.
Where are you from?
The Bronx, actually.
I'm originally from the Bronx and from New York.
I'm from the Bronx.
Right here in the Bronx, New York. This is home, right here.
New York.
He says if you're not a Democrat, you don't belong here in the Bronx. What do you say?
I disagree with that.
I don't think she should be here in the Bronx. I actually don't know any Democrats living in the Bronx.
Look, AOC, look at the tremendous support for Mr. Donald J. Trump.
Wow.
You need to tell her that she need to stay out the Bronx because look at all the people around. Everybody's here for Trump. I am a Democrat, and I belong here.
Wow.
Who are you voting for?
Donald J. Trump.
Wow.
Bronx.
She's done nothing for the Bronx. Nothing. Nothing's changed. Nothing's gotten any better.
Nothing.
Wow.
Absolutely nothing.
Let her come to the Bronx and let her come among us people that struggle. She doesn't even know what struggle is.
Where are you from?
Dude, I'm telling you, man, something.
I hadn't seen this clip. That clip is very powerful.
There ain't a white.
I mean,
there ain't a straight up white person in that clip on purpose too. And again, those accents and everything like that. Like those people. To Tony's point, them's from the Bronx.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like even the way they talk, that attitude, and they got this and that. Like they're from there.
Yep.
And none of them like AOC. All right, let's go. What else we got here? This photo is the thing that I really wanted to talk about really quick. And we're going to start getting into Trump speaking here in just a minute. This is, I believe, and I hate the Getty image sign is on there for this, but I do believe that this is going to be another, look at it. There we go. That's perfect. Another iconic photo in American history. This is the Bronx, New York, supposed to be as blue as Tony's shirt is right now. Like this is supposed to be a place where they were going to embarrass Trump. Remember, like that's what AOC alluded to. That's what all that like Trump was going to be embarrassed if he showed up in the Bronx. But here you go, and here you are, and you see these images. Now, I'm not saying that Donald Trump is going to win New York. All right, New York has millions of people in it,
Right.
But I also know this, that on RSBN alone, 127,000 people were watching this online.
Wow.
And that's just one online streaming network, not counting all the other networks and all the other streamers that were covering it and everything like that. But we know for a fact that there were 25,000 plus people on the ground. I would say that reports are coming out that they're having to acknowledge that at least 70% of them were from right there in the Bronx kind of thing.
And we touched on this yesterday. I mean, I don't have any illusions that the state that I was from, Oregon and then Washington and California, and you said, well, I asked you yesterday if you thought that New York was going to go red. But there is definitely a movement happening here because the majority of the country, I would say, in my opinion, is just fed up with all the stuff that is under the Biden administration. I mean, the prices at the grocery store, gas prices, property taxes, everything is out of control. And Washington, the people in Washington are doing absolutely nothing to combat that.
Yeah. Well, again, I don't know if Trump can win. I don't know. But what I do know is I think that it's going to be a lot closer than people think. And even if he doesn't win, I don't think it's going to be like one of these real quick decision things in New York this time around, because you see images like this and it just makes you wonder, like, is it so bad? I mean, especially in New York right now. In Times Square and all this stuff, like they got all these illegals and everything like all over the place right now. Like, is it finally, using the Dan Bongino rule, is it finally getting bad enough that people are finally like, you know what? Trump may not even be my favorite person, but dude, we can't do this crap anymore. Like, is it finally getting bad enough?
And that, you know what? That sentiment is some of the stuff that people were telling me in Oregon. Trump, this is what they would say, Trump isn't my favorite person. I don't particularly like the guy, but Bidenomics is not working for us, so maybe it's time for a change. So
yeah, maybe so. Again, I think that this photo will be iconic. I really do. That photo from the 100,000 plus that was there with the American flag, and then this, simply because this is the Bronx. Like I don't know. Like, to me, I see this photo and it just feels, and maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Comment in the chat and let me know. It just feels different. This photo feels different for some reason. I don't know why, but something about it just feels different. All right, let's jump into Trump. This looks different than a lot of Trump rallies. Obviously in New York, there's not as much space. And so like the huge stadium seating behind him and all this other stuff that they normally do, they can't do in the Bronx. But go back to that image again, because this is like shooting the other direction from his stage. But I just want people to see it one more time. I mean, look at that. Like, normally he's got like the big signs behind him and everything like that. Probably couldn't get permits to do it there in New York. It's just a podium that you just saw him standing on. And it looks like they just got speakers at the podium almost. Like, wow. I don't even see any like big speaker rigs and stuff like that. I mean, normally like there's some, there you go. Yeah. So just speakers up in the front, almost like retro rallies, like, you know, and again, to me, it feels different, but again, let's get to Trump actually speaking here. Let's move a little bit. We're only 50 minutes into the episode already. All right. This is Dan Scavino. Let's see what Dan Scavino posted really quick.
You are going to save our country. We're going to get out and vote like never before. We're going to make it too big to rig. Our vote is going to be too big to rig. So one thing they can't guard against, working together, there is nothing we cannot do and no height we cannot achieve. Together we will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. We will make America great again. Thank you, Bronx. Thank you, New York.
Look, that's the speakers right there.
God bless everybody.
Wow.
You are going to save our country.
All right, let's keep going. We got some more clips of him here. All right, here we go. Joe Biden puts illegal aliens first. I put Americans first. Very powerful statement, but let's listen.
In Brooklyn, American students at James Madison High School were recently told they had to stay at home from school so their classrooms could be turned into housing for thousands of migrants. Very simply, Joe Biden puts illegal aliens first. I put America first. I put America first. In Brooklyn,
you can't argue with it. Like, I mean, a statement like that, like, it's hard to argue with that.
Yeah, he's not saying anything that's not true.
Right.
And the people who are coming out that are agreeing with Trump are not just white Americans. It's people of color as well. All the Latin people and black people, they're like, all the illegal migrants are here are getting first priority than we are, giving them fancy hotels and giving them food vouchers while they're suffering. So, you know, that's...
Somebody just said that you can tell Trump is energized. I think he's energized, one, because I believe he knows he's winning. And not only does he know he's winning, I don't believe that Donald Trump would have gone into the Bronx in 2020. I don't think he would have. But he did this time around.
Right.
Because like I said, something, and I am not getting my hopes up, so I don't even want to hear it in the chat. But what I'm saying is people got to show up in November 100%. But what I'm saying is, I think that people across the nation right now are starting to see, okay, something is going on.
Right.
And I think the Trump campaign's starting to sense that too. I think Donald Trump himself is starting to sense that as well. And I think them going into the Bronx is case in point. I think that they're starting to feel something. All right, next. All right, let's go ahead and play it.
Look, we had the greatest economy in history. Everybody here, where you have a small business or if you had a job, you were getting more than you ever made. And we had no inflation. We had no 1.4%, considered none, considered better than none, because frankly, none in its own way is a bad thing also. We had a perfect number, 1.4%. It doesn't matter whether you're black or brown or white or whatever the hell color you are, it doesn't matter. We are all Americans, and we're going to pull together as Americans.
I hear a crowd there, like, their response, I think they start chanting USA right there. It makes you wonder, like, again, this is the Bronx, New York. And it just makes you wonder if are people finally to the point where they're tired and we just want to get back to being Americans again. Are we finally to the point where it has gotten bad enough? Is there still the American spirit within Americans? Is there still a chance that deep down at the end of it, we believe that we are Americans, and so therefore let's just get back to that? It'll, we got a couple months yet before November, but seeing stuff like this, let's keep going.
Yeah, I hope so. I certainly hope so. But we'll see when it comes to November.
All right, play it.
And I say, hi, Mr. Levitt, I'm Donald Trump. I know it. I was doing great. I was sort of like a hot guy. I was hot as a pistol. I think I was hotter than I am now, and I became president, okay? I don't know. I said to somebody, was I hotter before or hotter now? I don't know. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? Who the hell cares, right?
That's just a good clip of showing Trump being Trump. Like, again, when he does these speeches, it's more than just the talking points and the bullets. Like, he feels what the crowd is doing. And he'll just, like, what did that have to do with anything? I don't know, but the crowd was feeling it, so he was just rolling with it. Let's see. Here we go. I'm the only president in 7 to 8 years that didn't start a war. That's absolutely true, but let's hear him say it.
Remember Hillary Clinton used to point at me, he will create wars. No. They said his personality will create wars. I said, no, my personality is going to keep us out of wars. And I was right. First president in 78 years that didn't start a war. We had no wars. None of these stupid wars. Such a shame. When you see all the people that died in these horrible wars in the Middle East and everything else, countries didn't want us, dropping bombs all over the place, spent $9 trillion in the Middle East. We bombed the hell out of the place, then we leave. In the old days, to the victor belong the spoils. We don't do that. We bomb the hell out of everyone, then we come back home. It's so sick. It's so sick and so stupid. These people that led us are so stupid. You want to use that as a last resort. You can solve these problems with a meeting or with a telephone call. You don't have to drop billions of dollars worth of bombs on people's heads. You don't have to. It's called peace through strength. It really is.
That was a good one. It's called peace through strength. I absolutely agree.
He's not wrong, man. If we had a strong leader in there, all you need is a phone call. Say, don't do it, man. You don't want me to come in your backyard.
Yeah, man. What did he say? My button's bigger.
Yeah.
My button's bigger. My button's bigger. All right. What else we got, Mr. Producer? All right. Rappers for Trump. Now, again, this is Trump just feeling the crowd, the energy of just play it.
Here as well as rapper Chef G. Does everybody know Chef? Where is Chef G? Where is he?
Chef G. Where is he?
Come on up, fellas. Rapper Sleepy Hollow. Come on up here, fellas. How are you, man? Hey. Oh, I like that. I want to get that done.
Who's talking about a grill?
President Trump. Oh, man. One thing I want to say. One thing I want to say. They always gonna whisper your accomplishments and shout your failures. Trump gonna shout the wins for all of us. Make America great again.
Make America great again.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Wow. Thank you very much. That's what I like, those teeth. I want to find out where you did. I got to get my teeth like that. I want that
again,
to happen.
Pause. Doesn't really, I mean, like, again, that's just Trump being Trump. That's his ability to, like, just relate, you know, to the crowd and where he's at. He's in the Bronx. Why not? All right, let's play this. If a New Yorker can't save this country, no one can. All right, well.
And remember this, if a New Yorker can't save this country, no one can. No one can.
Well, I mean, you know, he is a New Yorker, so that makes sense. All right, do we have any more clips of Trump? Oh, this is Byron Donalds talking here. Let's hear what Byron Donalds has to say.
Listen, the word is that Donald J. Trump's going to be here in a couple of minutes. That's the word. And so I think it's really important right now to let all of New York know that the Bronx is now MAGA country.
We love Trump.
Hold on, let's get serious. Let's get serious now. Let's get serious. Let's get serious. All through this country, Joe Biden and the crazy Democrats are destroying America. All through this country, they are raising prices more than you can afford. They are limiting our ability to actually make our own energy here in the United States so we can prosper. They leave our borders open and flood all of our cities, including New York City, with migrants who shouldn't be here. They are not leading on the world stage, and our enemies are on the move. They are suppressing your free speech. They are lying to you. They are cheating you out of the prosperity that should be yours. But in about 5 months, there is one guy who's going to turn all that around, and he's the 47th president, Donald J. Trump.
You know, I saw Crassington, whatever, the Cranston brothers or Crassington brothers are like, why in the world is my congressman, Byron Donalds, being paraded 1,500 miles away like a puppet? Mm-hmm. And I wanted to respond, but we had to do the show. It's like, it's called politics, you moron. Like, you know, like that's what you do. Popular congressmen and women, like that's how that works. And I'm telling you, the left is getting dumber and dumber.
Well, you know, and the thing is that people on the left,
AOC right now,
people on the left, and I'm not insulting you guys. Whoever, you know, you're entitled to your opinion. I have many friends who are liberals or left, but even just one of the things that he just mentioned, the inflation, the open border, the wars or whatnot. I mean, even one of those things is a huge major thing. He's got Biden's administration has all these things going against them, and still you are defending him and trying to vote for him or going to vote for him, which just blows my mind. It's just, it makes no sense.
No, I agree. But remember, AOC said that nobody was going to show up and that they were going to show Trump what's going to happen if he shows up here. But they did show up. They did show up. Over 25,000 plus people confirmed at this rally. You can't make this up. This is a governor of a state that is looking at the turnout for Donald Trump and calling them clowns.
This is unbelievable. When I saw this clip, I could not believe she was calling
this is New York,
people.
Man, play it.
Well, I'll tell you, it won't make a difference at all, Jake, and that is for Donald Trump to be the ringleader of and invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. New York will never, ever support Donald Trump for president. Pause. We know him better than anyone.
So we just found out from CNN, literally the same program she's on right now, Donald Trump will bring in his clowns. Well, those clowns are from New York, Governor. So you just called your own constituents clowns, the people that you're supposed to serve. Back it up just a little bit, Mr. Producer. Let's just listen to that one more time. Play it.
Invite all his clowns to a place like the Bronx. New York will never, ever support Donald Trump for president. We know him better than anyone, and that means we understand what he's all about is just for himself. So this state will go solidly behind Joe Biden for president, as it has in the past. So he wants to spend his time doing these made-up fake rallies and pretending their support here. Be my guest, because while you're doing that, Donald Trump, Joe Biden's out there on the other side, making sure he's delivering for all Americans. And so go ahead, spend all your time you want in New York, because we'll be with Joe Biden, and Joe Biden's out there winning over the rest of the battleground states.
And again,
well, New York is not a battleground state, so she's an idiot. Just right off the bat. I mean, this is simple politics, and I know I'm a Christian. I'm not supposed to go. She's an idiot. Like that's a moronic thing to say. New York is not a battleground state. New York is historically blue. It would be historic for Trump to win New York. I think it's actually very, very, very smart of Donald Trump to do this. And this is why. Can you go to the New York Post cover really quick? I just want to show people the New York. All right, there you go. New York Post, Uptown Funk. Trump storms. I can't see the bottom of it. Can we go down just a little? Trump storms Deep Blue Bronx with Love Fest. I think the point is to show the rest of the world that even in the unwinnable New York, there are thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people that feel the same way that you feel.
Right.
And it's to galvanize the states that are actually winnable. Do I think Donald Trump is going to win New York? I think it'll be closer than it's been in a long time. I'm not ready to say Trump's going to win New York yet, but I think people seeing, can we go back to that photo of the crowd? I think when the rest of the states, the actual swing states that the idiot governor doesn't realize, like Philadelphia, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Arizona, Nevada, like those things, North Carolina, Georgia. I think people seeing this across the country, whoa, this is the Bronx, New York. Like I think Trump is very strategically and very smart in doing this. It's showing the rest of the world that something is in the air. Something is happening.
Right.
Because I don't think it, dude, I never, ever would have imagined that Trump would have held a rally in the Bronx.